Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Royalty Real,
And I'm the sensual genius.
and
And
welcome
this,
back
oh,
to
welcome back to Royal
Real Genius
Genius
Review.
Reviews
This is Bel Air Season 2
review.
review. Yeah. So, I think the best way for us to start this off, since we already broke down the characters, so it's just like, let's
Right,
talk about the storylines, this season.
right.
What storyline was the best to you this season?
The best. I would say Carlton's storyline was the best to me this season, even though I still don't like him. I feel like his storyline was the best because we kind of got to see a lot of what he dealt with and why he act the way he act, and like a lot of the things that he was going through or whatever, and like him trying to mask it so his
Yeah.
family wouldn't worry about him, and that making things worse.
I do like the fact that they waited to pull the trigger on that because last season they addressed his anxiety, but
Right,
and then he made it seem like his anxiety was just tied to the drug use, but so
right.
so him going full blown crackhead this season was like okay,
Sure, he was doing some of
man, he
everything.
was
I'm
doing
like,
too much.
hold up.
What you doing, bro?
You stepping into white territory now.
That story he told his mom, I was like,
I said, why would she believe that?
why would
And I think it really was because she really wanted to believe that he was telling the truth. Like she really wanted to have faith in him because their whole thing was that they were very like cautious of him. They always watching what he doing and stuff like that, and he don't like it. So I feel like she was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, so it would be like, I'm not being overbearing, I'm not coming at you hard or whatever. But like that story was crazy.
very, very much so. Like to me, I completely understood that because when you love someone, you really want to believe something that sounds unbelievable.
You do, but I wouldn't.
And I was victim of that with my sister before. She told me something before, like about rent, and I was just like, okay, knowing damn well in my head that does not make sense at all.
Right,
That is not. And then the fact that his friend had his back though, I was like, okay, this is gonna solidify their friendship more. So he's gonna keep using.
right. Because I was like, the I hated the fact that he popped back up, but because to me, my thing with Bryson, that's his name, right? Bryson.
I'm not sure.
I think his
Was it
name is
Connor?
Bryson. Connor.
Hey, you know
One of
what?
them.
One of them white names. It could have been Kevin or Kyle.
Connor, yeah. My whole thing with him, like, I keep trying to figure out if he is purposely trying to make Carlton this person, or if this is him being a friend. Like this is how they bond. They're really friends, and this is what he considers friendship.
I honestly think this is what he considers friendship.
Me too. After this season, I'm like, no, he really think he being a friend to him.
I think like the first season painted him as a racist, like he
Yeah,
just but this season it's more like he's just ignorant.
yeah,
Because
definitely.
he grew up there's a lot of people that grew up with black kids and everything like that, and they think that, oh, saying nigga is okay because he said I
Right,
can say it. So who are you to tell me I can't say it?
right.
And the fact that he did have his back, it was like, okay, he's a real friend to him. It's
Yeah,
just they have a that
the
that
f- it's
that bond.
toxic.
Yeah, it's very
It's a
toxic.
toxic friendship, but he really that he believed that that's his friend, like, and then him like leaving, I'm like, dang, did he set Carlson up? But he didn't.
No,
He was just reacting to the drugs.
yeah, I thought he did though. When he woke up though,
Me too. I'm like, oh, he set him up, and I thought the police was gonna be outside when he went out there.
man, for
I was like,
real,
boy, if the police out there, I'm gonna be so pissed.
you're gonna find out real quick you black today.
Exactly. And when Jeffrey told him, whatever you doing, that junk gonna catch up.
Yeah, Whatever done in the light come
I
to the
said,
dark.
bro, whenever an older person tell you that, you getting busted.
He knew. But that's the thing though with the Jeffrey character, he knows
He
everything that's
knows
going
everything, but he
on.
don't tell. And I like that because it's like I see you messing up. I'm gonna keep watching you. I ain't gonna say nothing because it's gonna blow up in your face. And I love that about Jeffrey's character. Like he doesn't overstep his boundaries whenever he doesn't overstep his boundaries a lot of the times, but when he feels like he needs to, he does.
Yeah, yeah. Uh the last thing with that Carlton storyline, that last episode, when okay, when he was
That
at the
was
locker,
heavy. That
when
was
he
a
was
heavy
at the
episode.
locker and sniffed the stuff or whatever, who did you I knew somebody was gonna be right there. Who did you expect to be right there?
Ashley.
You expected to be Ashley?
Because she just told them that she appreciated them for everything that they did and she loved them for, for the protest they did for the teacher and stuff like that. I knew it was going to be her because that's the one person he don't want to like let down. He don't want to
Yeah.
disappoint. And I was like, it's Ashley. If
When
it was
he's
Will, he would have made that junk known. It wouldn't have
yeah,
been the camera panning to
yeah,
him.
yeah. You're like, what are you doing, Carl? What are you doing, see?
Exactly.
When it was, I didn't expect it to be her, but it made perfect sense. I was just
Right.
like, this is the thing that's gonna make him change right here.
Right.
Because his little sister looks up to him so much. That's her big brother, and they
Exactly.
solidified that throughout the season. Like Will is also her big brother in a way. So it's just like
Right.
these are my big brother. I look up to y'all. Y'all can't don't disappoint me, type of thing.
Right.
And he went off and then like grabbed her. I was just like, oh
Yeah, when
man,
he did that, I was like, "Oh, you tripping for
you
real."
tripping. I was just like,
Like, she like the sweetest character.
yeah,
Like, I love her character
me too.
because even though she's the youngest, she keeps all of them grounded. She keeps
Very much so.
everybody grounded because she's so innocent in like the way that she thinks about things. To her, there's a black and white. It's right and it's wrong. And if I
Yeah,
feel like it's wrong, I'm gonna tell you it's wrong.
yeah. And then when they get home and Phil's reaction was a real dad's reaction to
Yeah,
that.
his initial
I mean,
reaction,
I
yeah.
give you all of this stuff, like
But I feel like he took it personal, like, dang, I did all of this and it's not enough. Like, and he felt like he failed as a parent. And I feel like that would be the initial reaction for most parents because that's what you think, especially in a situation where your kids are privileged because you worked hard to give them this life. And it's like, dang, like I took you out of, the hood. Like we living good. We in Bel Air. You ain't got no reason to do this stuff. So that means I fail you. I failed you.
exactly. But that goes back to like the first season when I said that if you a hood kid, your first drug is gonna be probably weed. If you're
Right.
there in that type of environment where people have money, this
You
is a
get
rich people's
harder
drug.
stuff.
You get harder stuff, and it's gonna be easy, and it's you're more susceptible to people taking advantage of you like that.
Yeah.
It's more easily influenced. Hey, you want to sniff this? The first time
Yeah.
it might be no, but it's just like, what, everybody's doing
Everybody doing it.
it?
And make it because I feel like a kid from the hood, most of the time somebody offer you crack, your initial reaction gonna be like, nigga, if you don't quit trying me like that, like
Exactly.
I would never.
I ain't no crackhead, nigga. What you talking
Right.
about?
That's your initial reaction because that's how we see it.
Yeah. But offer that same hood kid weed a couple times, you be like, well, my cousin do it, so my
Yep.
my uncle do it, so you know what I'm saying? Like, I might
Weed
as well.
is a universal, it's like universally acceptable. So it's like there's no, even though some parents look at it as white, like bad, but a lot of black parents will look at it as bad because it's a drug, even though people don't like to make it to say that it is.
Right.
But
It's a mind
it's more
altering substance.
acceptable.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really have that negative, that negative like reputation, basically.
Yeah. So that storyline was the best. It was one of the best.
Definitely.
My favorite storyline, even though it was small, I like the fact that they pulled the trigger on the Jeffrey storyline with his son so fast. I
Yeah,
honestly expected him to wait another season or two to actually bring his son into the story.
right. Me
But
too.
the little hide and stuff, like Jeffrey's storyline throughout the whole season was him reconnecting with Phil
Mhm.
and
Him
the fact
getting
that
back,
yeah,
getting that trust back.
yeah, getting that trust back. And then when he was like going through the files, I'm like, okay, he doing something. At first, I thought he was doing something against him. Like, okay,
Right.
he got a grudge or something.
Right. They made you think that because I thought the same thing. And then Will was being nosy, like, I want to know, like, and then when he said what he saw, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
He ain't being
I
sneaky.
love the fact that they didn't wait though,
Me
because
too.
they could have really waited and made it seem like he was doing something nefarious for a long time.
Yeah.
It was like the next.
Make us like not like him.
Yeah, it was like
Like
what
they ain't
the
got
next episode. So we found out you were looking for your son, and that's
yeah.
okay. That's okay. We found him for you. Like,
But I felt like I'm glad that they did do it, but I definitely thought that they were gonna make him go through a series of tests
right,
before they felt like he was ready to see his son.
right.
But I was shocked that they was like, okay, we found him. This is what it is. And
I
then Will had that conversation with him and he like, you need to talk to him. You need to see him.
I think that was a testament to last season, and I think this is the story of the season to me. Is last season's setup was so good, so they're not revisiting old storylines. It'll be revisiting old storylines to make him go through something to see his son,
Right.
because he already made it clear that he thinks that's the right thing to do.
Right.
So it was like
Exactly.
for them to do that, it was like that was perfect.
Because
And
you
it,
know how some shows they like to prolong it, make it more mysterious, and
yeah,
so they'll drag it, and then after by the time they get to it, you ain't interested no more.
right. Like, why did we wait 10 episodes for this?
Right.
It's the worst in those syndicated shows that are like 23 episodes or more. Like, it's just like, what, you could have
Just
talked about
dragging.
this 5 episodes ago. They
Exactly.
didn't drag it out. His son's reaction to him was perfect too, because
Hmm.
he realized that his father was had a relationship with all these other
Yeah,
kids that
he's
weren't him.
an important person to these people, like,
Right.
and
And
it's
that was
like, and I feel like he came in a situation like I wanted to kind of like I wanted to see you doing bad, kind of,
yeah,
but you're not, and I don't know how to feel about that.
exactly. So he has to process it. And that him leaving left the door open for more. And then that last thing that somebody said that they got him or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, okay,
yeah.
this something going on. It's his
I figured
past.
that would happen though. I
It's
was like, if his son is coming back in the picture, that means his past is gonna come back.
yeah. But we gonna get to see gangster Jeffrey.
Gangster Jeffrey. I mean, he already a G.
Hey, that scene in the we're gonna talk about Phil's storyline later, but that scene when he was in there with Doc and Doc's friend, and the friend tried to walk out and was
And
just like,
he got in front of him like,
conversation not over.
like nigga, we ain't done. Like we not done.
It's that quiet strength for me. It's just like
Right. He don't ever do too much. That's how you know he's serious. Cause he just got so much swag for what he do. I just be like, I'll just watch this nigga all day.
man, for real. He just stood there like just like this, like not over. You know he
Exactly.
mean business. Conversation
Exactly.
not over. Just go back to where you was.
And Phil ain't gotta say nothing. I already
Nothing.
know what you thinking. And I love their relationship because it's like that. It's like they
Yeah,
share the same mind. He don't ever really gotta give him orders like that. It's like I already know what you want to do.
yeah. So that really leaves a big open door for next season. Though, like I'm looking forward to seeing how it plans out with his son. He gonna have to get dirty a little bit with this,
Yeah.
and I think we're gonna see it this time. They just hinted at it in the first season that he
Yeah.
got rid of old boy. They hinted at it this season, like he's. But next season we might see Jeffrey with the strap.
Yeah. I wanna see. I'm waiting. I wanna see that side of him. Cause I like the laid back, you know. I mean business, like I ain't really gonna pop off like that, but I still mean business.
Right.
The
I
quiet
honestly,
storm.
I honestly think though that Phil's gonna help him with the situation.
Me too.
He's gonna get out there with him and like probably be the one to stop him from popping somebody.
Yeah, I can see that. Or will, because they just be putting him in stuff. I'm like, he need to mind his business. Mind your business, little boy. You always worry about what's going on with somebody.
Right. What whose storyline you want to talk about next?
We could talk about the Doc storyline and the reveal of like what he was planning and what he was doing or whatever. Because I initially thought that he was going after Uncle Phil for whatever reason. Couldn't figure
Yeah.
out why or whatever. He was, but not in the way that I
Not in the
thought.
way that we not the way we thought.
Yeah.
They made it seem like he was just really dark and
Yeah, like just
like
a terrible person.
right. So he saw that he was gonna so I thought it was probably tied to the cop or whatever, like, oh, that
Same.
he's gonna reveal that, he did something for Will or whatever
Same.
to bribe him or something. I'm like, oh, not
And I feel like that reveal of what he was doing, it really speaks to Will's instincts, how good his instincts is when it comes to judging people.
right.
Because he kept telling Uncle Phil, like, I look up to him, like he is somebody that I look up to. I don't think he's a bad guy or whatever. And then to find out like what he was doing, we did see a little glimpse of it. And it was in season 2 too, when Jackie got drunk and Will
Yeah.
had to take her home, and he had sat down and had that conversation
Yeah,
with him.
that
I was like, he don't seem so bad in this moment.
right. It didn't seem bad at that moment to me. I was like, that was the moment that
Right,
solidified it for me. Okay, he's not a bad guy,
right.
but something's going on with him.
Something, yeah,
But that was the perfect amount of suspense though, because that was the build up, not just the fact that we knew that he had after something, and then that conversation he had with Jackie after Will and Jackie had that dance or whatever. It was
yeah,
just like, okay, Jackie's in on it too.
yeah.
I was
Like
just
make sure make sure you don't say too much.
right. I'm like, okay, she a little fishy too. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
man. I'm like, they're gonna do Will dirty.
and
She
honestly, did not like Jackie for Will.
me either.
He was getting exposed to stuff that he didn't need to with her.
Yeah. I didn't like that.
She was a lot. She was a lot to deal with.
I like
For a
her as
kid, like, in a relationship when you a teenager, that's a lot. Somebody who got issues like that is a lot.
I liked her as a character, but like
Same.
For Will, like you said, it wasn't a good fit.
Mm-mm.
He shouldn't have been with her, and she ended up doing him wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when he found out and when she said all of that, I'm like, oh yeah, you fucked up, girl, because Will wants you to be honest with him or whatever. So you played him basically.
Yeah.
You really did. So,
She did.
oh well,
She did.
it wasn't all fake or whatever. That's the favorite line of TV shows.
He always it was real. Like it was I just lied, nigga. That means it was fake.
Yeah, it
You
was fake.
lied about why you were with me.
Exactly.
It don't matter if you fell in love with me or whatever in the midst of that. You initially approached me because you had plans to use me for something. So you had ulterior motive. So that makes it fake.
Yeah. Yeah. The fact that Doc was really looking out for the best interests of the kids, I really did like.
I
Like,
like that too.
and like that speaks to the college thing because people weren't getting money before a couple of years ago. Those NIL deals are something brand new, and it's like for years it was a slave deal. You could literally
Right.
make money off of these people's likenesses, faces, sell toys, all of this, sell tickets, $1 billion business, and you don't got to pay them shit.
You ain't gotta give them nothing. That's messed up.
It really is. So the fact that he was trying to look out for them, it was good. And then that's a testament too that it's really hard to get out of the hood. Like as far as
Yeah.
some partners, oh well, we can do this part too. And he's like, no, I don't want to do all of that.
Right.
Getting the money, cool, but not in this way. Like
Right.
that, I
Yeah.
like that. I like that a lot. Like and his friend being grimy like that, I'm like, it's really
'Cause
people like that.
and it was petty too. He was being petty.
But the way that Phil handled it, perfect. Like
Yeah, it was perfect.
so nobody gets in
He
trouble.
always just like the way he be just coming in when it's time to handle business. He always, to me,
Yeah,
do it
yeah.
perfect.
I like the way they wrapped it up. So it's kind of like it leaves the door open for him to still be in Will's life.
Right.
And
'Cause Will was spiraling. He thought, "Oh, I ain't about to have this opportunity."
right.
Anytime something happened, he always Jazz said, "You always turn into the streets every time something happened." I'm like, "The streets?" He just playing basketball
right.
at the streets. Like, what you mean the streets?
But that's a dangerous thing to do, especially in LA. Like that's where White Man Can't Jump was filmed. Like those LA street ball games are vicious. Like you could lose your life there. But
The
somebody
way
playing
that the way that Jazz just came and how they had that little argument, that joke was so funny to me, but at the same time, like, Jazz is a real friend.
he really is. That was funny. That little storyline with him and Will too was sleeping on the couch for a second. I would like to have my couch back.
I
we
just feel like he funny to me.
we could dive into the Hillary and Jazz
And
storyline
Jazz
next.
storyline. Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it at first? Did you suspect that she was gonna end up getting back with old boy?
Yeah. Because it was easier.
Yeah.
Because her and Jazz's relationship was difficult because he was always questioning, like, do she really like me? Because like she comes from a different, she comes from a different background than I do. I don't really have all that she is used to. Am I good enough for her? And his insecurities was showing, like it was coming out. And I hated it because I liked their relationship. I liked them together or whatever. And I hated that he couldn't just believe that she was cool with just being with him. It didn't matter what he have or anything. Cause I feel like a girl like Hillary, if it was like that, she wouldn't be with you.
Exactly. She wouldn't even consider being
She
with you.
got all of these options. Why would she be with you if she cared about what you could give her?
It would she would have curved you like the original Hillary curved Jazz in the original. Like
Exactly.
every time you tried to shoot your shot, she would have been like, no, no.
Exactly.
So, but it's a genuine insecurity because
Right.
she sees that this boyfriend is a football player. Your dad can get you anything you want. Like he keeps showing up, and you used him for this thing, but he's not realizing that she just used him for his face. That was it.
Right.
She was still
She
committed
feel like
to
it's something more.
yeah. So I kind of saw the breakup coming, but I honestly thought that she would end up getting back, especially after that scene when he poured out his heart to
Yeah.
her and was like, I can't promise you I won't hurt you again. Love hurts. But
Right.
like
Don't nobody want to hear that.
yeah.
People want to hear, I would never hurt you again. That is crazy. I am going to hurt you. We're human beings.
Do you feel like there's still room for them to like revisit it, like them to get back together?
I feel like he messed up when he started making her question herself. Like, am I superficial? Like, I think that was the problem. And I kind of feel like he kind of put that insecurity in her too. Like, because he was insecure, made her insecure about, dang, how am I presenting myself? Am I somebody that's superficial? Do I only care about money and things like that? She was questioning herself too much. So I kind of feel like her being with the ball player is easy because he's used to the lifestyle. I feel like Hillary and Jazz will always kind of like have that what if
Yeah.
type thing going on with the two of them, but I would be shocked if they get back together. I'm not gonna lie.
I wouldn't be shocked if they get back together. I
I
think
would
the
because
door's still open because as good as the other guy is presenting to be, he's not.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he
He's not he's presenting to be this good guy and everything like that. But something's gonna happen where he's gonna either have a temper, is either gonna be too many women in his circle. Something's gonna happen to where
yeah,
it's
they
gonna
didn't work out before. It's not gonna work out. I feel
right.
like people getting back with exes never made sense to me. If it didn't work out the first time, why do you think it's gonna work out again?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
I'm
So
never like I'm not about to do that.
I'm thinking if they're gonna I don't think it's gonna be an early revisit, but I think late in the season, they're gonna be down bad together. Jazz is gonna be there. But Jazz also Hillary was kind of wrong for not showing up to his opening like that.
I don't think so because of how he was acting toward her. So
But no, no,
he
no, no. I think it's though her. that was a testament to her insecurities too, because her insecurities started
Yeah.
getting the better of her too. So she walked in and saw him dancing, not knowing that he was waiting for her the whole time.
But like that's real though. Like you walk into a situation, you expect, especially after a breakup, and you expect that person to be feeling the same way that you're feeling. And he was masking it by doing that or whatever. So it was like they just kept it just kept seeming different than what it was to the two of them.
Right.
And they should have had a real conversation a lot earlier, like when they first got together, but they didn't because you get caught up in the honeymoon phase of the relationship.
Yeah.
So you don't have those conversations. But I feel like her insecurity did, but I feel like he sparked it
Yeah.
with the questioning. That's
Yeah.
why I said I would be surprised if they got back together.
He was
I mean,
tripping.
they probably would, but like if
He was
somebody
tripping.
made me question myself to that extent, I couldn't be with them again.
I just think like it wasn't bad intention. It was just like his
Yeah, I
insecurities and he
know.
let him out. Like it was just like, damn, like what can I offer this girl? She got everything already.
Right.
And
Yeah, his he how he felt was valid.
but dealing with it in that way,
Yeah.
like, yeah, that was wrong. And making her feel like, damn, well, I'm with you because I like you, nigga. Like
Right.
if you
Like
don't
the
got
whole restaurant thing, he was letting his ego and pride get in the way. And I feel like a lot of that happens with a lot of men. She genuinely just wanted to help in that
I,
situation. It wasn't, well, you can't do it. I can. It wasn't that type of attitude. Like I got this type of attitude. It was like, it's cool. I got it. Like if you don't have it, I got it. And that's kind of her telling him like, if you don't have it, I got it, and it's okay. Like it's not a big deal. But he took offense to it instead of being like, okay, she got my back.
right. Because she was quick to do it though at the same time when he said I got it. So
He
it was
didn't have it. Like you didn't have it. Like what you mean? You ain't had it. What was I supposed to do? Just sit there and let you go back and forth with the waitress?
Yeah. One more thing from that storyline before we go to the next one. I thought he was gonna make a bigger deal about her using his car like that and letting old girl drive it. Like his
I thought he was too. I thought he was too.
so I'm
And
like,
he
okay,
gave it to Ivy.
yeah, like when he pulled up though, as soon as she got in the car, I'm like, no. He said nobody
I
but
knew that was
you.
gonna happen. I
I'm
was like,
just,
oh, he gonna pull right up.
he pulled up. I'm just like, yeah, I thought he was gonna go off, which he had all
Yeah,
rights to at that point.
right,
That's a classic car right there. Don't mess up my old school.
right.
Don't mess up my. That's
It
one of
was
my
it
dreams.
was important to him, and
I'm
the
gonna have
fact
me an
that he
old school
gave
one
it to
day.
her meant something.
Yeah, it
And
really
he
did.
was tripping a little bit. He was coming by because he was tripping a little bit.
Yeah, but he didn't go off on her like I thought he would. Which is I
Yeah,
like the fact that it was just laying the foundation for them to like be over though. It was like, okay, this is one thing already. I can't trust you because you did this. And then now on top of that, my other insecurities gonna come out in this way, and then it's ultimately led
yeah,
to the ultimate demise.
yeah.
That last
Early.
scene too, when the door opening and I was like, oh, she came back. And it was the pizza man. I think it was. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
and it was a delivery. I was just like,
yeah.
damn. That was
But the whole thing about that situation was, why did neither one of y'all contact each other? It was like, I'm gonna wait and see if he gonna say something. I'm gonna wait and see if she gonna say something. I'm gonna see if she gonna come by. Instead of being like, hey, are you still coming by? Like, I know we not on the best of terms, but you helped me with this. I would love for you to be there.
yeah. I was talking about the last scene when she was supposed to get on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I
that was
remember that. I'm just
that was
saying that,
that was yeah, he should have called her.
yeah, all of
Like
that would have been,
both of them, I think didn't they both show that they were texting, like
yeah,
about to
and
text each
it's
other?
in it.
You missing out on opportunities doing that.
Right. I
Like you
don't
just
get that with people. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. If I type that message in there, I'm sending it.
exactly. Exactly. Don't let a chance pass you by. The worst thing that could say
At
is no
all.
or not respond. Okay. But you put your feelings out there. A lot of times, if they feel in the same way, that's all they needed. That's the push they needed right there.
And I'm gonna forget that I'm gonna forget that I said it anyway. So if you don't respond, I don't know. I forgot I said that shit.
Before we get to the parents and Will, let's talk about Ashley storyline.
Okay. Yeah. Her and that little girl.
Yeah, well, that and the teacher thing too.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, like I was saying earlier, I feel like Ashley is very like she's innocent in the way that she perceives things, the way that she perceives the world. Like she thinks that it's just one way or another. So with the teacher, like her feeling like it was wrong for them to fire the teacher, even though the teacher did something wrong, she did something wrong, so she deserved to get fired. But at the same time, she was important to her
That is
because
the
she was opening her mind to different things, and she was encouraging her to think about things differently.
That's why I don't believe in Common Core though, because teachers need to be allowed to teach the kids in the way that they
Yeah, they
see
do.
fit. Like
They do.
open their minds up to a whole lot more. This is not detrimental to them at all. Now I'm understanding that they teaching them KKK this and
But of
the
course,
race,
they don't want that.
right?
They don't
I
want you to open the
I
kids'
love the
minds.
fact that it was the original Ashley playing the teacher though.
Same.
Tatiana Ali look good.
She
She
do.
looks gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I'm just like,
I
damn,
like she looked the same to me.
how you grow up and still look bomb? Like you look great.
Right. She
Um,
actually looked better.
for real
She
though.
looked better than what she did when she was on the show.
Yeah, Tatiana Ali is gorgeous. She did great. The fact that she was her teacher was fitting because I'm like,
And I didn't even know she wasn't Ashley at all to me.
exactly,
I didn't see
exactly
her as Ashley.
right. It was just the face at first, and I'm like, okay, but boom, she's a different person now.
Right.
She's an actress. It's just the face, but
Right.
perfect.
But some actresses, like for instance, Nia Long on The Best Man that they got a show, the Best Man series is Nia Long.
Yeah,
She's not Jordan.
we gotta review that too. I watched the whole thing. You finished it?
I watched I think I did. No, I didn't finish it. I didn't
Oh,
finish it.
we
But
gotta
I
talk.
watched most of it because my mama be watching it.
Yeah, when you watch those
I
things, like
was
you
like,
some people show up and they just themselves. Like you
yeah,
always
I
gonna
was
be
like,
yourself.
that's not Jordan. I said, that's Nia. My mom was like, right? Like, that's not Jordan.
Right? You forgot how you acted in the original, huh?
Yeah.
So she came back and that was great. The whole protest with and everything was perfect, and her not being able to participate, but her being able
Right.
to live the protest through her brother and her cousin was
Right. It was
like
great.
they stood up
Her
for you.
giving like right, her giving them the opportunity to be what how she saw them.
Right.
And they did, even though it became a lot for Carlton. Um, I still think that it was cool. It was cool. Will stepping up when Carlton wasn't able to.
Exactly. And him putting the
Um,
flag up there was a stamp. I'm just like,
right,
yeah, so she could see it. That's what
right,
she because he told her, you gonna see, like, yes.
right.
So they lived up to her expectations perfectly, was the great example for her. Like
Which was important.
yeah, I loved it. They
I
stood up for
love
their
how the relationship is between her and all of them
right.
because in the show, in the original show, the comedy, whatever, it was just she just had that bond with Will.
Yeah.
Like Hillary and Carlton didn't really pay her a whole lot of attention, but she has that bond with each of them in this series, and I
In
love that.
individually, and I love
Right.
it too. That girl that she's talking to, as soon as I saw her, I was just like, okay, love interest. I was
Same.
like,
But I
love it.
was like, I hope it's I hope it's not another situation that's gonna hurt her, is how I feel. When I first saw her, I was like, please don't let this be another situation where she gets hurt.
I don't think it's gonna be a situation where she gets hurt. I think it's gonna be her first love though,
Yeah.
because like
I was
when
like, oh, that's why she was
yeah, that's why she
acting
was
like
hating.
that.
She
That's
was
why she
just a
was acting
hater.
like that.
But then when she started talking, I'm like, she like her. She like her.
Yeah.
They both smart.
Immediately. Immediately.
They both smart, and I They left it ambiguous to if she's really,
Yeah,
uh, gay or whatever, and I like
yeah,
that too. I'm like, it's gonna form naturally, so they're gonna have a friendship and they're gonna have their little moment.
right.
Next season,
Cause they not about to be strong together forever type thing.
no, no, they're gonna have a cool little friendship and then that one little moment in the room on a project or something. You know how they do in the TV shows. It's gonna be that little moment, a little silence, real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I actually think the girl's gonna come in for the kiss on her though, instead of the other way around,
yeah.
because Ashley's not ready yet.
I think
So
she is like she's careful
yeah, she's very
after
careful.
what happened the first time.
Yeah, so I think she's gonna pull the trigger. I love that for her though. Ashley's her and Jeffrey now are my favorite characters because I'm just like she a strong
I
little
love
black
her. I
little.
love
I was
her.
just like, go ahead, girl.
She reminds me of Little Bunny.
Like, go ahead, stand up for your teacher, stand up for the right thing. Do yeah, you know,
Right.
like I wish I
I
had that
love her.
confidence when I was younger.
And
I'm
I
like,
love Jeffrey too. You already know.
I'm already knowing. uh, but the Ashley storyline, that's another thing I love the fact that everybody had their own thing going on.
Right.
Everybody had their own little problems here and there, their own little
And I kind of feel like the focus wasn't on Will either this season.
no. His storyline was just a part of it. Like
Yeah, he wasn't the focus.
I think it's a tie for me with the biggest storyline between Phil and Viv to me because they both had great storylines. Like
I Yeah, but I feel like the biggest to me is Carlson's,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then and then Phil
Phil
and
and Viv,
Viv.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Because Carlton's storyline kind of started back at that family reunion.
Mhm.
Like that was a part two where him and his cousin like try not to disappoint their dads, and
Yeah.
his cousin having that conversation with him, and then him losing and not catching the ball on purpose. So his
His
cousin,
dad being like, "I know you did that on purpose," but it's cool. I get
right,
it. You're a good person, and him telling him that he needed to hear that
right.
from him.
So who we doing first before? Because I think we could say Will for
I
last,
think You think so?
huh?
I think we should save Uncle Phil for
Oh, you
last.
think we could do? You know what? That last step, yeah, yeah, Who you want to do, Viv or Will first?
We could do Will. Well, we could do Viv. We could do Viv. Her, stepping into her career more,
Yeah,
focusing on herself. And also Hillary being the one to inspire her to do it.
exactly. I love that because that was just her
Because in
returning
the
the favor
first
from
season,
last season.
right, the first season they had that little back and forth. She didn't see the importance of Hillary wanting to do social media. To her, that wasn't a real job or whatever. And then in the second season, her finally seeing the benefits of it because was getting she was getting a lot of attention from the painting that she did, which
Right,
was amazing, by the way.
beautiful painting.
Whoever painted that was
They
amazing.
should actually sell that piece
They
because that was
definitely
that was
should.
beautiful.
I was
Uh,
like, wow.
I love the ultimate what happened between her and the old Aunt Viv. Like
Yeah,
that little
same.
that little beefing between them, and then that last scene where they
Yeah.
was like arguing, and what's her name? Cuss. I can't remember what she said. Oh, what was she said? But it was
I
powerful.
don't remember either.
And I'm like, that's not the old Aunt Viv.
Right. It's
But
not her.
it's not her. It's like that was the moment that solidified it for me. 'Cause
I
she didn't.
honestly and truly do not recognize her as Aunt Viv at all. Even in the last one, even in the other series, I
Yeah,
do not.
she not the OG, but she did a powerful thing. And then the fact that she's told her like we could either fight over this and go back and forth.
Right.
That's what they want to see.
I was about to say that is usually the thing that keeps us where we are and them ahead of us.
Exactly.
Because instead of taking your pride out of it and doing the right thing, making the right decision, is you my competition. I'm not gonna let this go because this is mine. You taking it from me. And it's like, why do you have to see it like that? And I feel like
Yeah.
that's present in a lot of industries, but like
Right.
take the entertainment industry for example. I don't think that there's nothing wrong with rappers, older rappers or the people getting older, like the rappers getting older and still having their career. But I think that when you're trying to compete with the younger generation is weird. Your music, I feel like it should grow as you age.
Exactly.
Why are you doing drill music when you're 40, 50 years old?
That's why I love Nas's album, his new series that he has.
I have to watch it or
Uh,
listen.
it's 4 albums now. I need to find the name of the album so I can tell you, but we gotta review all of them because they're so good. King's Disease. King's
Okay.
Disease is such a fantastic album. Like all 4 of them.
Mhm.
It's well three. It's three. All 3 of them are so good because it's showing the growth of Nas.
Right.
If Nas was still rapping about street stuff, you did something wrong, nigga. You did
Right.
something. You were
Why are you drilling? Why
right.
why are you talking? Why you making drill
It's
music and you're 50?
these people that are trying to fit in with the
It's
with the.
weird.
It's weird to me too. Like, what are you doing? Don't stay in your lane. I think the people need to look. Okay, it's okay to look back
Right.
the people and do a collab with him too. Because 21
Right.
Savage talked something about him. The best thing you could do for people, the younger generation, is to help them out.
Right.
Especially if they paying respect to you. So she paid respect to her, but was like, you know, your
Yeah,
time is
like
over
your
now.
time is over. Like move out the way. Let me do
Yeah,
this.
let
Or
me
they put a white woman in our
exactly,
place.
exactly,
Then we both lose.
exactly. We gonna sit there and talk shit about each other, or we just gonna handle it behind the scenes, and you can make it look like you were ready to go, which is the way that it's supposed to be.
Right.
I was ready to go, so I handed it up to the next system.
Exactly. That's how it should be all the like all across the board with us, but unfortunately they had and I feel like it's like that because we get so little opportunities to be in positions like that, so you don't want to let it go.
Right.
It's like this is mine. Like I work hard for this. I'm not giving it up to you.
I think you have to look at it as a passing of the baton moment.
Exactly.
Look, I did all I could do. Like, think about it. If you get to that age, what else can you do there?
What else could you do?
What else can you do there? You know what?
Why you still want to be there?
Why you exactly,
You should be tired.
exactly. You know what? Take this. I'm gonna hand you this baton, and you take it to new heights now,
Exactly.
and you can sit there and be proud. Like somebody's carrying on my legacy because y'all want the same thing.
Right. Which is crazy. It be like that.
I want black women to shine, or you want the hip hop game to shine. You're not doing anything but hindering it by staying there.
Be in the same position.
So that was probably the most heartwarming thing for me this season. That and the Hillary story. I mean, not Hillary. Ashley storyline was
Ashley. Mm.
very heartwarming. Warming. Like she did everything right this season.
Yeah. And her standing up for herself when it came to Phil, even though that conversation wasn't finished, it kind of like just kind of got dropped. They agreed to disagree. Because and I feel like Uncle Phil, his issue is that he wants to be that provider for his family. Like,
Exactly.
I want to be the one that helps y'all, whatever. He really that's important to him. He really
Yeah.
wants to do that, but he fails to see how important it is for him to also allow them to do things independently of you and to
Exactly.
focus on themselves.
I love that she stood up for herself and was just like, well, just basically he was like, give up. It was just like, oh, I didn't
Right.
mean it that way. No, 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 no. I'm like,
You
it's
definitely
okay to
mean it
be
that
okay to bail
way.
out somebody, but let her do this on her own.
Right.
And she gonna figure it out. You gotta believe in her enough. And I was like, that was the wrong thing to say.
And the bailout, why is it you should just give it up? That's
Exactly.
a bailout?
Like, no, that you need to tell her what you gonna do about it. Like Hillary did to her.
Right,
What you gonna do about
exactly,
it? That's not the mama I know.
exactly. Encourage her instead of telling her, just give up.
Right.
What?
I overall I love that storyline. There's not a storyline I really didn't like,
Right.
except for
They were all
one
necessary.
one that we're gonna talk about
Which one?
at the end with Phil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. That
But
I didn't like that either.
yeah, but I love that storyline. We can talk about Will now.
Yeah.
Did you think?
Mm,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
go ahead and ask the question.
Did you think that him and Lisa were gonna have that fallout and come back together like they did?
Yes. I knew they was gonna come back together. Um, because I kind of feel like they have this bond, like they support each other in a way that nobody else supports them.
Yeah,
They see each other in a way that nobody else sees. Like Will lets Lisa see all of him and vice versa. Like so I feel like they're necessary for each other, if that
yeah,
makes sense. Even if it's not forever, like I feel like they're necessary. So yeah, I figured they were gonna come back together. I didn't think it was gonna be that soon
yeah. Me either.
though. I thought it
But
was he was gonna be with Jackie for a little while and
now that I kind of happy it wasn't though, because Jackie
yeah,
wasn't
me
good for
too.
him, and I'm like, he didn't need to break up with her in the first place. Why you break up with Lisa in the first
Yeah.
place? Especially when
I didn't understand it.
she learned everything and she was okay accepting it, and then now you about to get under this new girl, like
It was like, oh, I knew somebody new came around. I want to try that out, so I'm gonna
right,
make it seem like this a problem.
right,
Like, huh? That was backwards. If I was her, I wouldn't have got back with him.
exactly. I love that part when he took her to the hospital though.
Me too.
Yeah, I was just like when her car was going out and he was persistent. Come on, I'm gonna take you. Let's go.
Right.
Come, let's
That's
that
just his character. I
exactly.
swear. If he ain't gonna do nothing else, he gonna be persistent.
And that's a good friend though. Like you realize
Yeah.
I know what you need right now. I'm
Right.
not finna
And I think
leave.
that's why they're necessary for each other.
Exactly, because she knows what he needs too.
And they gonna call each other out. It's not gonna be like I'm gonna just let you get away with it. Like, nah, I'm not gonna let you sit here and make it seem like you ain't falling apart. Like you're falling apart. I see it, and I ain't gonna leave you.
What you think about the storyline with old boy that she was messing with? Did you think that?
I hated him.
Oh, I hated him too.
I was like, he just petty unnecessarily. Like, what did they do to you,
You trying to paint Carlton
Carlson?
as an Uncle Tom, but nigga, you the Uncle Tom because you
He
hating against your
really
own.
is. You don't even like your own people.
Exactly. You not. How you gonna hate on your own people like that?
You working against them. They ain't did nothing to you at all,
I,
except they got the attention of a girl you like.
exactly. I wanted Will to beat him up too, but Carlton beat him up enough for both of
Yeah,
them.
yeah, definitely.
When he
I
snapped,
did too.
I wanted Will to beat him up too. Though. I was like, yeah, we'll put hands on
I
him, man.
hated him. Ooh, I can't stand people like that either.
I
Like
honestly,
him really, and when that video was released, I knew he did it. I
yeah.
knew it was
Oh
him.
yeah, me too. Me too.
I was like, it was that nigga.
Yeah, me too. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, yeah, he the only one that had a motive to.
The
It
Will, you
doesn't
know,
make
Will wasn't gonna do
it make Connor look bad. It make Carlton look bad. It doesn't make Will look good either. So it's just like who does it benefit? Him. It makes
it. It made Will look a little good, but it made Will look bad to Carlton.
exactly. Yeah.
Good to everybody else, but bad to Carlton. Like you the one, you probably did this. How? He wasn't even recording it.
I I love that storyline though between them competing for that thing. And I
Yeah.
love the fact that at first it was beef and then it was like, you know what? The better man
May the
wins.
best man win. Yeah.
He will.
And
Okay.
him just like kind of like falling apart and being honest about it was amazing. Was I feel like him winning and then having that moment of I don't deserve this.
Exactly. And so I wonder if the award goes to Will now because he was the best candidate after
Right.
Connor was not in that competition,
No.
you know. So it was really between Will and Carlton. I couldn't find them other contestants.
Carla was super confident. I'm like, calm down. You're not going to win.
Not at all.
Nobody likes you.
They could have did that to make everybody mad. If Connor would have won,
Yeah.
everybody would like boo.
Right. Why though?
The storyline with Will and Doc though, like I was hoping that Doc wasn't gonna burn him.
Yeah, me too. Cause
No,
he really he had so much faith in him.
Right.
Like, I know he's not a bad person, he's not doing nothing, and then that argument him and Uncle Phil had when, he was talking about how he went he the founders thing, they got into that argument, and he told him that Doc was the one who pushed him toward it, you didn't even want me to do it or whatever, and he like, "We'll see how he feels about you when I stop giving him money." Like,
Exactly.
basically saying he only cares about you because 'cause I'm paying him. He's
Exactly.
getting money to care about you. I care about you because 'cause I'm your family, and also, like, the back and forth between Will and Uncle Phil, I think is perfect as well,
Yeah.
because it's like,
It
he
shows
doesn't s
it shows growth between their
right.
characters. Like, okay, I'm gonna let him do what he wanna do.
Yeah, because Uncle Phil was trying to control him, and I also think that that also kinda shows you his character, Uncle Phil's character.
Right.
That's what it is, like, he has been setting things in motion for his family, and so
Yeah.
now I have this boy who refuses to allow me to make decisions for him.
Exactly. And it's only gonna be this way. He's not gonna
Right,
let you
he's
let
not
you
gonna
do.
allow me to do nothing for him, so like,
What choice do you have?
he don't know how to deal with him because of it.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I go about this? I can't control him. What can I
And
do?
and then when he finally did come to him for help, it was like, okay, this is a humbling moment for him. But you know
Right,
what? You still gonna do it my way.
right,
Because you know what? Not just me, but look at all these other players. Like I was like, okay, that's a real nigga moment right there. Like
right.
you could have said, you know what? Fuck them. you know, I'm out. But you know
Right,
what? He formed bonds with them. And I like that storyline too, because he was the outsider at first until he had a
right,
talk with him. He was just like, I'm just a kid from West Philly. You
right.
know, like I'm not the
Because they
like
had the wrong impression of
yeah, they
him.
thought he was a little
And
preppy
he
boy.
just wanted to prove I'm just like y'all. Like,
Exactly.
I get it. I'm just like y'all. I'm trying to, and just because I come from this family don't mean that I benefit from it. Because even though Will is related to them and he lives with them, he really doesn't benefit from it like
Not at
that
all.
because he's still the outsider.
Yeah.
He's still not from there.
Yeah, he doesn't benefit from the money. It looks good on the
Yeah,
outside, but that
but
doesn't.
it doesn't benefit him.
I love that storyline with Will. Everything with Will this season, though, it was like it wasn't too much. It wasn't overkill
Right.
like it was the all the other shows. I'm just like
It
because they
was
really could have
perfect.
dived more into it or whatever, or made it a Will centric story and all of that. Like
I'm glad they didn't do that because I think it makes for a better storyline when
exactly.
it was the right amount of him, and then he did the right amount of minding people's business. Because if he ain't about to do nothing else, he minded somebody business. And I get it because
uh,
I used to be the same way. Always want to help somebody. Oh no, you should do this, you should do that, and I had to learn.
my favorite thing that he did to help was him trying to push Jazz and Hillary back together. It's
Yeah,
like,
failing.
so what I'll tell you if she's about to get on a plane and leave.
Yeah. Like, yeah, she leaning more towards this man, but I like you, so Imma help you out. You
Exactly.
my friend,
You
Imma
my
help you
boy.
out.
Yeah, that's how you
Right,
do it. That's how you help your friend out for real. You better go get her.
right.
I love that.
But I like how him and Jazz show off each other like that.
Yeah, for real. They really do. They're real good friends. Their
They are.
friendship,
And it's perfect because they're not always together, like on the other show.
the
They're
original.
not always together.
Yeah, it Jazz was Will's lackey more than anything. Like it was just like, oh well, he's also here with me. You know,
He
like
had a great personality. I wanted to see more of him.
exactly, exactly. But like I said, that's the difference between a sitcom and a drama.
Right,
But this you could bring out all of these things to life, and
right,
they're executing it so well that the fact that we want to see all these storylines.
right.
I'm disappointed. I'm gonna be disappointed if we don't get answers to these questions. I'm gonna be
Same.
disappointed if Jazz doesn't have a like even though him and Hillary not together anymore, there's still stuff with Jazz that we can see.
Yeah.
Like him being an entrepreneur with his record store. There's so much that could go with that. him and Will still being friends, he can find another love interest, you know?
Also, see his family life too,
Exactly.
his background because he's Muslim, and I would love to see that.
Oh, that's one thing I wanted to say before we get to the last part. Hillary trying to impress his
That
mama.
was funny. I would not do that because it looks crazy. It looks crazy when you do it.
Exactly.
She
Like
was doing
you
too
doing too
much.
much. So that's also the holiday of this, right?
But it shows how much she liked him.
Exactly. She was
She
going
wanted them
above
to
and beyond,
like her,
which should have been the sign for Jazz. Like
to
she
be
wanted
like,
to
she
impress
really
my
likes
mama.
me, right?
You know somebody like you like that. They trying
Because
to
I
impress
would
your
like
parents.
you, and I ain't trying to press your parents. Your mama like me, she like me. She don't, she don't.
That's me too. I'm not finna go above and
Yeah,
beyond. I'm gonna just be me. Don't
exactly.
tell me to sit there and well he likes this and she likes that. Well
I
they
don't
gonna like
care.
they
I
gonna
don't
like
care what
me.
they like.
they, they gonna like
Either they
me.
like me or they don't.
I'm gonna just be me. Okay, that's
Right.
cool. All right.
Exactly. Because you look crazy when you try to impress them.
Exactly. And
Because
it
one, if you do, now you got to keep this up. Two,
exactly.
if you don't, you just look, it's just a waste of time.
Exactly. I'm when it comes to me, like if somebody meeting like my sister's person or whatever, just be yourself.
Right.
I
You're going to
might
see it anyway.
I'm gonna see who you are, and I'm gonna judge from that. Don't do nothing extra. Don't act like you like this because I like this, or you like basketball. I like basketball too.
I don't like what you like and ain't saying nothing.
Exactly.
I ain't saying nothing. I ain't trying to be friends with your sister and your mama.
Right. We're gonna be if it's gonna be a friendship, it's gonna be naturally formed,
Natural, exactly.
and that's what's gonna be. Like I'm not people. Like I tell people, people gonna know your intentions by how you act. So
Right.
you ain't got nothing to worry about. I ain't gotta be nervous around you.
Right. I'm sure not.
um. So last storyline. Anything else you want to say about the Will storyline?
No, we good.
Let's get
No,
into
wait. I do. The scene where Jackie was asking him, like, is it too late for us to try again? And he kind of like faked her out, like left her, was like, girl. And then went over, he saw Lisa, he left her like Aunt Viv walked up and they hugged and he just left. I was like, perfect. Because why
yeah.
would you even entertain that question?
Yep. What you mean?
Walk away. Can
What
we
you mean?
you tripping?
You trip.
Like
You
you
messed
really
up.
tripping.
You messed that up. Ain't no chance of us working anything out.
And then him going to fix things with Lisa, and then her not being like, okay, her being like, but we said that we weren't going to do that. We was just gonna be friends. And he like, forget what we said. I want you. You want me.
Exactly.
I love people that are like that because that's how I am.
Make
Like
your feelings known. I'm not about to bury nothing. If I like you, make it known right then
exactly.
and there. I could
Forget
have
all that
we
other
could have
stuff.
said, oh, maybe we don't not good for you. I like you. I want you.
Right.
I like you and I want you. Right
Like
there.
Darius Love Hall said, it's urgent. Like I love you and it's urgent.
Right.
Like what you
Uh,
mean?
let's talk about Mr. Philip Banks. This was the season for me that set him apart from James Avery even more. Like
Hmm.
this is a different character.
Oh yeah, because James Avery would never, like literally never.
I do understand though what he said. Like, why do I have to apologize for doing for this family?
Right.
And I do understand that. Like, that's a real
Yeah.
thing. Like I'm doing everything I can.
Right. I want to do this so y'all won't have to do certain things. Like
Exactly.
I want to take care of you. I want to provide. Like I want to do this. Let me do this. And you got to understand like yeah, but like that's not what life is all about though. Like people have their own dreams and stuff that they want to follow. It's not just about being a provider. It's more
Exactly.
than that.
It's much more than that.
Your role is not just to provide, it's to support us in the decisions that we want to make and the things that we want to do
Yeah.
in our way, not your way.
I think he puts himself on such a pedestal and he wants his family to live up to what he the standard that he
The
set. So when people do stuff that disappoints him, it's just like it's shots to his ego
yeah, he
because it's
can't handle
connected.
it.
It's connected to his masculinity, his manhood as much as
Perfect character.
right. So, uh, what did you think about the storyline with him and was it Erica? That was her name.
Erica.
As
Mhm.
soon as they introduced her, I was
I
just
already
like,
knew she
it,
was gonna be
it,
trouble.
like he used to smash her back in the day or something.
Yep.
I was just
Still.
like,
Like, girl, who are you?
I'm like, and then looking at her and looking at Viv, I'm like, you better stand with
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing
Exactly.
nothing. Your wife is a winner. I don't care if this girl is a lawyer.
Beautiful, like just all around. And then she
Yeah,
just is amazing.
yeah.
And
She
she's an amazing partner for him.
that girl Erica coming over though, I was like, that's grimy. Okay, she trying to manipulate the situation,
Yeah, so
and she even said so.
she wants to get what she wants. She's like, I want you. She made it clear when they met. She made it clear what she was after.
I'm not
Like
gonna give up.
I get what I want.
Right.
And there are a lot of women out there that are like that.
I did like the fact that he led the reins over to his partner over
Yeah,
there. It was like now it's your time to shine.
right.
You know what? Because he could have, shitted on them, or
Yeah,
left them high and dry. But not only do you get that client back, so the firm could keep going, which is a legacy of mine still. But it's now my turn to go do my thing. But our
right.
our other partner passed away. Now your time to shine. Because it
Right.
seemed like he was like, the third wheel. Usually, it was, them
And he
two.
was a little bitter too, because it's like, yeah, you can go off and do whatever you want. I have to stay here and pull things together, and you the man. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like you the man. And I just am behind the scenes. Like he seemed bitter because of it.
right. But now you the man.
Right.
Now you got the control of it, which is a boss move for real.
Like, let's see what you're gonna do
Exactly,
since you know better than me.
exactly. Now you can handle that. Take care of it. If firm goes under, it's all your fault.
It's your fault, right?
I gave you all
Exactly.
the tools to win.
Let's see what you do. Because
Uh,
sometimes people be feeling some type of way because it's like I play the background, like I do this, I do that, and I don't get the glory. They get the glory, but it's like you ain't. Do you even understand what it is to get the glory and
right.
like the role you got to play, the things you got to do?
The decisions you have to make. 'Cause,
Can you do it? Do you have the backbone?
yep. And we gonna see. We
Right.
gonna see. We gonna see. I think Phil was the connective tissue for this season.
Yeah.
Like he was just enough in everybody's storylines. Like
Yeah.
just enough sprinkled up. He was helping out Jeffrey, helping out Will, helping out Viv, helping out Ashley. Like he was being a
Yeah.
dad, but he was
Yeah.
there, like, like it was like, okay,
He was after he lost what is it?
the
Not lost.
DA,
After he left the DA thing,
yeah,
he started to step into another side of being a father, not just being a provider, being a strong face of the family.
right,
Now you got to integrate yourself into everybody's life and make and like make your presence known in everybody's life. I feel
yeah,
like that, and he did that.
yeah, exactly. He made his presence felt in everybody's life. It was perfect. It was
Right,
perfect. That scene with him and Doc, uh, I think it was the second one where he pretty much said, "Okay, this is how the contract gonna go," showing that he's not intimidated by Doc, which is just like
right.
I'm hood, I'm elegant and all of this, but I'm still hood at the heart of
Yeah,
this. Like, nigga,
I could go toe
yeah,
to
for
with
real.
you.
We could get down if you want to.
Right. I love that about him too because it's like, yeah, I'm this person. I am on this pedestal, but I could get my hands dirty too.
Exactly. When Jeffrey offered to go take it, I got
Right.
it. You want me to go take care of it? No, I got it. I don't need you to handle all of my shit for me. You
Right.
know, basically Jeffrey is there so you don't get dirty. It's like,
Right.
but You
But
know,
if you need to, you can.
I still got it if I need to. Uh, we got to talk about that last episode when Erica kissed him. I hated it.
She kissed him and he ain't even made like a big deal about it. He
Yeah,
just was like, no, like that can't happen. But he should have told his wife.
exactly, exactly. But I do understand the story reasons behind it, which is all of this stuff was going on. He lost control of his family more than he ever had before.
You know
And
what they do when that happens.
exactly, Erica is the lifeline now, you know. Well, everybody's not seeing me for what I am. So when he start texting her back for that dinner thing, I'm like, bruh.
When I saw that, I said, please, he does not have to be a cheater. He does not. Like, please don't do this.
Yeah, I really don't want him to be the cheater.
Me
I,
neither. Like, he
I
doesn't have to do
I'm
that.
like, was Viv curved Michael Ealy last season
Right.
so hard before he could even make a move. Like,
Right.
so he's like, I got this. Like, Hillary gonna beat her ass. I mean, not Hillary. Viv gonna beat her ass. We gonna see the black come out of
Yeah.
Vivian. she, she,
Because first of all, you gonna come and make it seem like, oh, I come in peace, like I apologize for what I did, and then turn around and do the same thing. She
exactly again.
deserve it. She
Oh yeah,
deserve
she
it. And it
deserved it.
ain't no you go after your man. Nah, this woman is literally trying to mess up my family. She's literally going after my husband. In situations like that, where it's very apparent that that's what's happening, you got all the right to go after that woman
Oh
because
yeah.
she's doing this on purpose.
The fact that she came over there and talked with
And
Viv, it
made
was
it worse.
yeah, you like, oh, you gonna have a talk with her and make it seem like you cool with her
Yeah.
and like bring up, oh, we was friends. I'm so sorry. Like, no, you have ill intentions from the
You
beginning.
she's like you're sick, you're crazy sick in your head for doing that.
You are horrible. You are the worst.
A terrible person.
Yeah. Like, I hope what they do. I think they left it open, but I honestly think Phil's gonna do the right thing next season.
I hope so. Because
She gonna make another
women,
move.
because somebody like Erica, yeah, she may give you all of these compliments and boost you up and tell you how amazing you are, and she regrets not staying with you and all of this stuff. She could never handle your family the way that Viv can. She could
Exactly.
never handle any of those things the way that Viv can.
She's holding it down for you for
You
real.
can
Viv,
tell she can't. She don't even got her own family.
exactly. She just wants you and trying to pull you away from your
Right.
family. And I think my prediction is probably like the third or fourth episode. By the pacing we have now, might be probably the third episode where it's come to a head, and he's gonna realize he can't take care of it, and he's gonna go tell Vivian and be like, "Oh, I got it. No, I got it." She's gonna be
Right.
like, "No, I got it."
He better, because if he cheat, I'm gonna be so mad at him.
Me too. Like, he's teetering on it right now. That kiss,
Yeah,
even though he pushed away a little bit, it was like, okay, that's still too much.
yeah, that was
That's
too much.
that's too much. You got to say
Like he should
something.
have mushed her soon as she
Exactly.
perked them lips up. Mushed her. Like, what
Yeah.
is you doing? Made her look stupid. Like,
And
what is you doing? I'm
he can
married
and the contract went through already, so you don't need her.
at all.
You don't need her. You can curve her and get her in
And he
trouble.
did it himself, so it's not like, yeah, she got him in front of the people,
Right.
but he handled it himself.
Right. So I'm just like, I'm hoping, because there's a show called All Rise. I don't know if you watched it yet with Simone
Mhm.
Missick. There was a scene like that at the last season where somebody, you know, did a kiss, and I'm just like, this goes against the character so bad. And I don't want to see
Right.
another black person cheating.
I don't want to
I
see it. We don't need to see
We
it.
don't need to see it. This is redundant in so
Especially
many.
how this family is set up. It would be it would just like ruin their whole setup.
Yeah. On top of all the Carlton stuff, that'll be something that's too much drama.
It's
Right.
too it would be too much.
You already got to deal with that. You need to nip that in the bud right now. But I like the fact that
And the
they
woman she not worth it.
not at all. That's the only strike I have against this season, to be honest.
Same.
I knew she was gonna make a move though.
When
I
it
knew
ended
she.
like that, I was like, bruh, please.
I'm gonna be so mad next season if he, you know, sneaking off and
Bro.
having trips with her. And, you know, that dinner. she needs to make one more move, and he needs to curve her and bush her in the face and be like, I
Musher,
can't,
like
I,
make her feel stupid.
I can't believe you did this.
You gotta make women like that feel stupid because they think that they can do anything that they want.
Exactly. She think that she got it all wrapped up, and I think he going honestly though, they might go with that storyline, man. The more I think about it,
Yeah, because it's
because
like I'm losing control. I don't really have the control I thought that I had on my family, and him and Viv never resolved that little argument that they had. So it's like my wife doesn't appreciate me. I want to feel appreciated.
yeah, and he opens the door when he's gonna start telling her that stuff. And
Yeah.
she's that type of person that's gonna pounce
She's
on
a
that weakness.
terrible person. Like she's not even a good person. Anybody that you anybody that will let you come to them, talk bad about your wife, and she just sitting there eating it up. Because
Yeah,
if you come talking to me about your wife, I'm gonna be asking you what you did. What did you do? Why is she acting like this? Do you think it's this? I'm gonna be asking you questions. I'm not gonna be
that's
like
what a real
like
friend
just
does.
eating it up.
She gonna eat it up. Oh, they don't see. I tried to, that's gonna be like
Right.
she gonna sit there and be quiet for a second and just, oh yeah, well you need to, well, I'm here for
You
you.
deserve better than
Yeah,
this. I'm here
exactly.
for you.
You the man. You
You
got
a
all the.
good man.
Oh man,
Uh,
I do want her to pump her up because she is a great antagonist. Though
she is.
her character made you not like her from the first episode.
I hate her.
I don't like you. That's the first thing. Like,
At
I don't
all.
like you.
At all.
But are you ready to wrap this up? Anything else you want to say about Bel Air season 2?
Aside from the fact that it just was great, like I actually give this season a 9.5, minus the point 0.5 for her for
Yeah,
Ariel. But at the
yeah,
same time, she makes for good TV, I guess.
yeah.
Just as long as they don't drag it out. If they
My
drag it out,
my rating is the same, 9.5. That is the only scratch, but I mean, it does make for good TV. People like that
right.
little drama or whatever. But
I
this,
don't.
like I
I
said,
just
this is
feel
just
like
a testament to character building.
right,
Because if it wasn't for the foundation that they laid in the first season with these characters, none of this would be possible.
right,
So you continue to develop the characters, make them very interesting. We care about all of these characters because the storylines are so good. There's not one character in here where I'm just like, well, they could have dealt without that.
right.
There's a lot of TV shows where it's just like, well, I could care less about.
Yeah, you don't really care about them. It's like why
Yeah,
y'all showing her?
yeah, yeah. Like there's not one. Every single storyline was interesting.
And
Everybody
they
has some
all tie into each other perfect.
exactly. Nobody's overstepping. It's not somebody else trying to steal a spotlight from somebody else. The fact that like the Carlton episode was so powerful because he was alone. Like him to get screen time, and I follow him on TikTok, and he was able to show the background. It was just him. It was centered for him. When he stepped outside and the car wasn't there, and it was raining, it was just like that is your moment to act without saying a word. He just,
And he
he just,
did.
he just screamed and was.
He killed it. I was
I was
like, I almost care about you. Almost,
like,
almost. You almost had me.
I was mad though. You put yourself in this
But
position.
then when he started lying to his mama, I was like,
Yeah.
see,
So 9.5, great show. I can't wait for season 3.
I can't wait either. Like Bel Air definitely is a good show. That's how you do a drama.
Yeah.
The pacing, the character building, the storylines, all just perfect.
If you give your characters enough substance, there's not a reason for you to have meaningless, redundant characters. There's enough material here to last a whole bunch of seasons. There's enough right
It
here.
make me not. I can't wait to do my TV show. Too
Yes.
monogamous.
You're gonna
Cannot
teach
wait.
them how to do layers, characters, and
We cannot wait. Because if I don't do nothing, I'm gonna build a character.
right.
I'm gonna make you care about this person.
But this has been our Bel Air season 2 review. Awesome show.
Amazing.
If you haven't watched it yet, why are you watching this? But if you
Right.
did, if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it.
Yeah, y'all gotta check it out so y'all can talk to us in the comments about how
Right.
y'all feel.
Get out of your heads though. Don't expect Fresh Prince of Bel Air. This is not Fresh Prince of
Yeah,
Bel Air. This
it's
is
not
not.
supposed to be
This is not close. This is better, honestly. As good as it
a
was,
lot better.
as good as Fresh Prince
Yeah,
was,
that
I
was
loved
my
it.
favorite show.
Yeah, mine too.
That was
I've
my
seen
favorite.
every episode multiple times.
Right, same. The nights where I
Hillary,
couldn't sleep, I'm up watching Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Hillary, will you marry? We need to. Hey, I want to see a Trevor character next season.
A Trevor character.
Yeah,
Is that not that boy?
I think it is.
I feel like that's him.
You think so?
A little bit.
No, but Trevor will be more in the vein of her though, like with the social media. Like today's version of it, he's a her. This
Hmm.
guy's a football player. He would be like a
So you think they
influencer.
gonna get? You think they gonna bring him back?
Yeah, I think so. I think somebody like really like that's an influencer like her or something like that.
That would make it interesting. It'll
Yeah,
also Jazz needs another love interest. It would
yeah.
be interesting if it's Ivy.
Oh yes, that's what I was just thinking. That's his love interest. So he pull up with Ivy, though. And Hillary's
Ooh,
reaction, bitch.
that would be interesting. And then we get to see Karuchi do something else
Right,
except be Karuchi. Cause
right.
she herself for this.
Kabuchi. But like
And
I
it's
said,
crazy because she can act.
I want to see her act more.
And
Definitely.
what the show is, dang, I forgot the name of it. But she got a show with Niecy Nash.
Ooh, I gotta look it up because I like Niecy Nash
You
already.
gotta watch it.
But check out us next time, guys. We'll be back with more reviews. Next time, some music, anime.
Yeah.
Drop suggestions in the comments as always.
Yeah, let us know what to watch. It's a show on Netflix that I've been meaning to watch.
We'll see y'all all later.
Bye.